We are live, and this is Conversations with Entrepreneurs Becoming Free today. Basically, uh, getting an idea about how we can achieve our financial freedom and escape the rat race of life. And instead of working 9 to 5 or whatever the time you work at, till 65 or 70 years of age, getting out of the rat race earlier than that. And very, very excited to have our guest today, uh, Priyank Vaghela, and he is a DevOps engineer. He's an entrepreneur. He's a real estate investor. He's a investor in the stock market as well. So, welcome, Priyank. Happy Tuesday and happy Halloween.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Marshall. Happy Halloween to you too, and happy Tuesday. It's glad to be here.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Priyank, tell us more about what you do um, at the moment.
Right now, I'm working as a DevOps engineer at Hive, which is a private equity firm specializing in private equity stock market. And yeah, that's my primary responsibility. I basically manage their infra and everything related to DevOps. So that's my primary, 9 to 5 routine, basically. And apart from that, I also work on my personal projects. Like I have my own site where I post everything related to my work. I write blogs and even post all the projects. And in my free time, I also do open sourcing and like project based work on GitHub. So that's like some of my idea of working.
So I just was curious. Usually, people would work at a company, and that's pretty much it. But you took a little bit of a different path from what you've said. You are working on something outside your job as well, and you're contributing at GitHub also. So what made you do something extra?
Right. So it's not true that I work after hours as well. I travel a lot too. I like traveling a lot. And apart from that, I don't want my skills to be gone, and I want to keep up to date with all the tools and technologies in this domain. So I like researching about new things going around in my industry and field. And basically I like try test things on my end. And yeah, so the main thing is my passion drives me to do that actually. Yeah.
And when did you first get the idea about you wanted to invest outside, or you wanted to,
Right.
build another passive income? When did you get exposed to that, and what have you been doing so far about
Right.
that?
So a few years back, I got this thought after watching that movie called The Wolf of the Wall Street that we cannot work forever. So the thing is, we need another source of income which would, make us feel less stressed about money. So, the best age to start investing is right now, and that's what got me into this. And yeah, then I started investing in stock markets and in real estate.
Interesting. And how has the journey been so far? Has there been any major learnings that you've come across, or any advice you have for people maybe who are thinking of starting their financial freedom journey?
Right. So it's been good so far. I have come across a lot of learning curve since I started. And for people who just want to, begin in this field, is what they can do is just get started. Don't think too much, and they can start small. People can start small, and they can increase their portfolio gradually. And there is always, pros and cons, profits and loss. It will be always like that. But once you start learning, getting into the field, then you will, realize your, cons, and things can go bad as well. It's not like you will be, a millionaire in a year or something. So things will take time, and the market condition right now, it's pretty, what I can say is not saturated, but yeah, like things will get better. And it's always time to, invest in good stocks and real estate and then go ahead with that. Yeah.
Well, real estate nowadays, I what would you say about that? I mean, I heard that it's become the most unaffordable in
Right.
history. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Right. So far, like it's a mixed opinion, and like I want to give a disclaimer. So these thoughts are my own, and I don't want it to be, So basically, right now, from my side, I'm thinking to hold a bit because the market right now are crazy in all the ways possible, and I would rather invest somewhere else rather, like focus primarily in this residency. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Interesting. And you talked about DevOps and what you're doing outside your job.
Right.
Tell us more about the kind of clients who you're servicing, how you're obtaining these clients, how you're making that second income stream going apart from your main job.
Right. So earlier, a few years back, I used to do freelancing and DevOps. After working in Canada, I have stopped basically doing freelancing, and I'm mostly focused on full-time work because full-time work is kind of full-time work. You don't get enough time if you are working for a single client. So, like talking about my previous experience, I used to use a website called Fiverr. It's Fiverr and Upwork. So both of these platform are pretty well. It's good for beginners and freelancers. So basically, you can create your profile and get started with a rate you believe you would serve your client. And there would be difficulties in beginning, course, and after some time, once you have done enough projects, you will gain enough feedback from your clients, and then you can earn good revenue from that platform. Basically, they charge compensation from their side, a commission from their side. But I would say, if you have a separate client base, you can approach that as well. But that's how started my journey with freelancing. Thank you.
Okay, nice, nice. And what else are you into outside your 9 to 5, your job, and your uh, the freelancing that you're doing? What else are you into? The stock market investing, etc. What else is Priyank about?
Right, that's a good question. So, right now I'm very much focused in traveling, apart from work, and exploring more into my field. And during weekends, I keep one day apart for, all the different kind of course, uh, and, learning new things basically. So to be honest, I don't have a list ready or something to share, which I do usually. But right now, as I said, I'm focused on traveling because I did not travel enough in my like previous years. I was very much a geek my whole life, so I want to make sure I balance everything now.
So you're trying to make up for
That's
lost time.
true. Yes.
Yeah. And so, what are you planning to do now in the future? Do you have um, anything that you're planning to work on, or how are you planning to get to your final destination of financial freedom? What is your game plan at the moment for the next, whatever, 5, 10 years, 15 years, whatever it takes for you?
Right. So that's a good question. So for that, I have two words basically. That's stock market and real estate market. And I have been heavily investing in both of them. And I think if I go with my current pace in next 5 years, I would be able to achieve my goals. And yeah, that's the positive outlook. And there are always issues going on, so we cannot go back, and like we need to face that. And yeah. I'm just facing and dealing with it, and yeah, moving forward. That's my simplest form of explanation for my yeah future plans.
Sounds good. Sounds like a lot of secretive stuff also, but good.
Uh,
At least you have the goal of the next 5 years set,
right,
right? And I was just curious, what got you into DevOps in the first place? Because that the DevOps that you have is not only just a job, you're also serving multiple clients outside that, and that is kind of that income source is kind of the foundation for you. And you take that income source, whatever is left, and then you're putting it in real estate and the stock market. So, what was the inspiration to get into DevOps as
right.
such?
So I started my career as a full stack developer during my college days. I think in seventh semester while I was doing bachelor's, and I did for around 8 months as a full like I did full stack development, and I found that I was not really passionate about full stack engineering because in my free time I was working on DevOps stuff while being a full stack engineer. And my friends suggested me this field, and they different people in a monthly timeline suggested me the same. So I took that seriously and approached my manager, basically my colleagues, and to give me opportunity in the same field, which they denied. And then I changed my employer basically for the same reason, because I wanted to move forward with DevOps. And that's how I started. Like once I got in DevOps, I feel I'm in the cloud. And after that, yeah, I did a few certification, got into the field, and learned a lot of things in my last 5 years, and it's very good. Like I like to work in this field, and I see myself, working in this field in the near future as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
This is so powerful because you are like in the 5 or 10% of the population that is excited about what they do full time. So
Right.
I think
Mhm.
that's a major takeaway for many people who are watching this. That if you can actually do something full time that you're passionate about, uh,
Yes.
you can actually create a huge income and then reinvest it in other
Right.
places.
So when you work as a full-time, employee or anywhere, you don't see yourself as a, employee. When you are working at something you like about, you're passionate about, your time will go just like that. And you will feel that, you can do this whole day. But then there is a thing called work-life balance. Then you also need to do other things. So at that time, yeah, you need to
True,
take a look and, move backward and do other things as well. But yeah, that's the thing.
like travel,
Like travel.
basically for you.
That's true. Yeah.
So, but you said that you reserve one day every weekend
Right.
to learn new technologies. So that is also very interesting because not many people have something like that where they have this one day for learning new technologies, reflecting on what they've done.
Right.
That is something I need to incorporate too. So this is very interesting. And so the other day that's left, that's the day you travel.
Right.
I'm a little bit
Yes,
confused
that's
now.
true. It's like
Hmm.
whenever I got an opportunity to travel, I don't miss that. Yeah. And yeah,
Understood.
for the learning day,
Good.
there are, a lot of good things around the internet. Like we have internet, it's like we have an entire library and like bundle of knowledge with at our fingertip. So there are a lot of good websites which you can refer. There are very good blogs around there. There are a lot of good courses online. There is GPT around. Then a lot of good stuff is there. So it's like I feel that I don't want to left behind and miss all the things going around. So I need to keep up with everything going on. So that's why if I don't do this, then I will feel that something is missing. So I need to have that look around on that day.
Very interesting. This is great, great feedback. So I am so glad that we had this chat. We had so much to learn. Any Any parting thoughts for people who are watching this? Anything that you would like to say?
Right. So, yeah, first of all, thank you for allowing me to have this interview. For the parting thoughts, I would say that, investing is something which takes time. Having a passive source of income is very good way to escape the 9 to 5 routine and be retired earlier. So I would say there are a lot of ways to do that, and stock market, real estate agent, like real estate investing is one of the few which are quite popular around here. So I would say just save around 30% of your income and invest that in the things which you believe that would work and which you have experience in. So yeah, that's my departing thought. Thank you.
30% it would be
It
great
depends on
if
your location.
somebody's saving
Yeah,
if somebody's saving 30% of their income every month. That would be brilliant.
right.
Absolutely brilliant.
After tax, yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Anyways, thanks so much, Priyank.
course.
Yeah, after
Yeah,
tax. Yes,
true.
I know what you mean. I Both of us are in Toronto, Ontario, so here we have a big tax bill,
That's true.
basically. Um, yeah, yeah. Anyways, Priyank, thank you so much for joining us, and I wish you a happy
I
Halloween.
wish you the same. Thank you for having me.